Yes, good night again, all YouTube fans, and also all the fans of the Saudichress show. A pleasant night to you all. It has been very chilly where I'm at a different location as well. So let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudichress show. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those who really are fans of football and also track and field, sports in general, and even entertainment. Tonight is another Monday night. Let me welcome you all because guess what? Whether you are a regular member or this is your first time, let me welcome you. And if so, if this is your first time, welcome to the family. And of course, we know that you will enjoy yourself. If so, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe, leave a like, and share the Saudichress channel with your friends, companies, and also your colleagues, wherever you are. I tell you, as we start a little bit late tonight. It is obvious. Yes, of course, it was scheduled for 6:45, 8:45, wherever you are, And if you want to take it to the London side, I'm sure that some persons may well be with us. As we are in, oh my God, Tex Green game over. RR, big up yourself. Ever faithful, ever sure. The man they call RR. He is the class monitor. So he continue to monitor you throughout this chat. But tonight, really and truly, we want to look at EPL, JPL, football, if you have anything read track and field, especially coming up, leading up to boys and girls champs in Jamaica. That is scheduled for late March to the 1st of April. And as you know, Edwin Allen, the defending girls champion, and KC, the defending boys champions. Now, we all know what happened over the weekend, and we really want to take a little look, right? We say, look ya no man, look no man. Oh, cool no man. Let me tell you. Hey, listen, tonight, make sure I carry my glasses. So anything I can see, I put it on. YNWA. I can tell you. But people, as I said before, we want to chime in on the a review of the EPL match week 26. And there's a lot of information flying, a lot of scores, a lot of games that were predicted one way, end up the other way, a whole set of stuff. So, my fans, I will actually invite you not just to be here, but I'm gonna invite you, and I'm also gonna put the invite in the chat. You can join me live right here. You can join me live right here so we can have our full discussion. RR, seems like you're early, seems like you're not on the night sleep tonight. If you are not, we are still waiting. You do us a part of it, you do us something. You do us your part live on the Saudichress show. You can't just be the class monitor and not showing up yourself, RR. I'm telling you loud and clear, and I'm sure your fans. Yes, I am. Are you get me? All right. But anyway, for those of you who really want to participate, it is very nice that you can come in and share with us your piece. But as I said, we really want to look at the EPL. We want to look carefully of the matchups that went on over the past weekend. And it has been a very systematic weekend, a one that was full of delusion, a weekend that was full of surprises. We're not talking about prizes now, but a whole lot of surprises, ladies and gentlemen, that went on over the weekend. And if you do remember, it was completed this afternoon with Brentford versus Fulham. That was the latest game this afternoon. So, I mean, we can look carefully where we go and how we do it. I'm hoping that the fans will be here tonight. I hope that not just be here, but you really join me in this discussion. I know that some of us are not happy based on how based on how the results went over the weekend. But this is how it is that the football, we all know that when it comes especially to the EPL people, you can't just come to a game without your number one sparks. You have to be sparking. And as some people have said, the machines will have to be well oiled for you to really not just participate, but for you to get anything from these games. Big up yourself, Uncle Lascelles, I tell you, Sir Lascelles Thompson. Yes, sir. Up, Sir Sadi. Good night, host, fans, and guests. Lascelles, you can join me. The link is there in the chat. You can join us. I wouldn't mind, Lascelles. Come on. Let's share with it. I don't have a special guest per se tonight. So you could be our first guest, Mr. Lascelles Thompson. The man they call Bonko. A very, very intelligent footballer in his days. I can tell you, one of the best um, defensive midfielders passed through the Edwin Allen High School. Tonight, we always have our sponsors, but tonight's show is only be sponsored by PIBA, the Past Edwin Allen Ballers Association. So that's our main sponsor for tonight's show, and I'm expecting a lot of PIBA members to be here sharing. I know that you are also not having the time of your life, especially within the realm of sports. People, as you come in, I encourage you to hit the like button so that can help with the growth of the channel, and we continue to do so. As we speak, um, ladies and gentlemen, the Saudichress show at the moment is we're just hitting 580 subscribers. I mean, for us to grow, for us to move on, to be, some very, what would you say now, interesting days ahead, some for us to reach the stage that we can monetize, so we could improve on our system. Of course, we need some funding, but how will we get there? The first step, the first order of the day is to ensure that we reach 1,000 subscribers, and or we have to also reach 4,000 watch hours. So what I'm going to ask you fans tonight and beyond, even if you have seen these videos again, give us a little time. It is best that you watch them for at least 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We need to improve on our watch time. I know you like the contents. I know that we have been providing some very needed information, whether we say sports entertainment or education. These are what we console to do. All right, so we understand, and I'm sure you do. The persons who really follow up this YouTube business know what we are talking about. And so, for the persons who have the experience, help us to grow, man. Just don't sit because we need it. And so, we'll be going forward. We want to hit the 600 um, subscribers by the end of the week. Today is Monday, so I'm trying my best, and I'm asking you, this is the only way that will go. You have to share with your friends, colleagues. You have to like it, and you have to share so we can have more persons joining us. As I said before, the ladies, especially the younger set, they might think that we're just all about football, but no, we are right here. So I see are getting a guest here, just waiting to see who we are. Coming out of Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. So, um, good night, guest. Jermaine. All right. So, I'm good, man. I'm good. So, people, let me introduce you to our guest. Never really placed one flyer because we're not sure what time or if you'll be able to join. But, sir, thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Jermaine Thomas, a very, very unique and professional football coach, of course, coming out of Jamaica. This man, I don't know how he do it, but I don't sure if he will be able to tell us all about his secrets and how he get around. Sir, good night and welcome to the Saudichress show.
Yeah, man, respect. Thank you for having me, man.
I tell you, I tell you. Are you driving?
Well, I'm parked, so I just stopped to try and get on,
Okay, that's so
Because I
nice.
told you, I gave you my word that I would would have joined, so I really wanted to do it,
Yes,
you know,
and I did
because I've
purposely.
given him my word on that.
I really happy for that. Happy for that. So, Mr. Thomas, Coach Thomas, a colleague of mine, man that has, get the better of me sometime in the game of football, especially as it relates to coaching. I can tell you, I'm not sure him can roll the ball like me, but a big coach. I have to give him the props for that.
Oh
So,
gosh.
Jermaine, as customary at the Saudichress show, I don't do much introduction, sir. I allow my guests because, I believe when somebody introduces me, I don't want to leave out anything, especially the important part of it. So I play it around. So could you just for our viewers and also listeners, because some persons are here at work and just joining. So can you say give us a little profile of Jermaine Thomas?
Ah, well, profile might be difficult, but
No?
Jermaine is uh educator, first of all. A trained teacher. I'm sure a lot of people would know this, but I'm a trained teacher, physical education teacher that um attended GC Foster College, of course. Um, I will not tell you which sports I played in high school, though. I'll not tell you that much.
Okay.
But yeah, very enthusiastic person who works really hard, can be very, very stubborn at times, who believe in himself. And for me, it is never giving up. You know, it's a part of my philosophy. You know, just never ever stopping, never ever giving up. Once I wake up, I'm willing to try again. Once I get up, I'm willing to try again. But that is the kind of mentality I take into coaching as well. And anybody I coach, my charges do know this about me. Man, I'm gonna fight till the last end. That's me.
And people, they will fight, but not necessarily literal fight. As I
Right,
mentioned that,
right, right.
as I mentioned that, Sir Thomas, I had some colleagues, some past footballers from my own alma mater. They went to play.
Hmm.
It was a practice match, however. They were involved in a practice match, and half time, I think they were down at a big 2-0. And the coach said, listen, my
Right.
man, you need to go out there, go back out there second half and fight. You don't want to know
Wow.
the result, boss. Physical fight.
Wow.
And I'm sure that some of us, they may be really in the chat. R, do you remember that? I hear that story before. Yes, so the players went out there and they really put on a physical fight. So just want to let the people know, not a physical fight, but in the football term,
Hmm.
of course,
Hmm.
as a coach. Now, Zatamas, you have been coaching for a good time now, I remember. And you have coached basically almost every level of local football. Am I right?
Right. That's true. I was even realizing that. It's true. I was even realizing that. Trust me.
You can imagine. So, do you mind if I speak loudly,
Right.
or would you allow me to talk the teams that you
Go ahead,
are
man. No problem.
presently
Go ahead.
coaching?
No problem.
All right. So, Coach Thomas, I know he coach at the Manning Cup level. He coach at the Dakasta Cup level. So, a town and country. He also coach. I think, yeah, I don't remember if I've booked him up coaching in Division 1, but presently he's coaching um, Premier League. He's also coaching intercollegiate football. As he's actually having a connection problem. Hopefully, he'll join us soon. But yes, and when I say coach all of these levels, presently, I don't know how he do it. This man, he's a magic man as it relates to his job, and he has a full-time job. A matter of fact, he never mentioned that, but I can tell you he's also a lecturer or a lecturer. So he's doing. So he can't pass the regular teaching. He's a lecturer. You'll me some about that. I hope he joined. You know that he could share with us. That's a serious thing, man. I can tell you, sir, that was a drama to see our own players really putting on a show, a real fighting show. So it seems like we have lost Mr. Thomas for now. Hopefully we'll join. I've seen that he's trying to. So for the meantime, Lascelles, uh, you don't want to join me, sir, but nothing is wrong. Nothing. We will continue to go. So yes, people, as we, waiting for Mr. Thomas to rejoin, and he's on the road though, so I figured that the problem that he's having is connection problem. I'm seeing no connection, so he will be here shortly. Seeing he's still trying to get around or to maneuver the system. All right, so um, Mr. Thomas, I'm not still not seeing him at all. All right, I'm sure he will try his very best to return. So yes, we started with trying to look at the EPL games that were played over the weekend, and you know, it's just basically week 26. That is, yes, that was week 26. So the first game that was played, it was Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, people, where we have Man City up against the mighty Newcastle. People, I say that to say mighty Newcastle because the performance of Newcastle, we have, we, trust me, personally, I didn't see this level of performance coming. I don't know how many of you have seen that performance. But if you could recall, last year Newcastle were actually fighting relegation at one point until the new owners take over. And when the new owners take over, they splash the cash. They have employed a very smart coach, one that many of us would believe or would know would have done such a wonderful job in Hedio. But he's a wonderful manager. So I didn't expect Newcastle to be where they are. And at that point, ladies and gentlemen, Man City was in second place, still in second place, and was up against Newcastle in fifth at the time. So, personally, I was expecting a very close game. Um, it was close, I believe. I think it was a reasonable, very, very good game. Tactically, I think Man City has the better of the game, and truly they deserve to win by far. Yes, they deserve to win, and so that's where it all end up. Man City scoring two goals. The very first goal they scored, I think it was somewhere in the 15 to about 10-15 minutes they have scored through Phil Foden. A very smart play. Individual goal, I would say, where he has took this ball from about 25 yards out, dribbled past a number of players in the defense, goes into the 18 and slash beautifully slash home and give the Man City team a very, very interesting and a unique lead in the 15th minute of play. And so, the game continued. Newcastle did put up a very good fight. They played good football. Newcastle played very, very good football. And I must say that defeat by Man City that they suffered would have been their third. They have lost less games than Man City themselves. A matter of fact, Newcastle, ladies and gentlemen, has the meanest defense in the entire tournament. Yes, Man City I can say to you, has the meanest defense in the entire tournament. They conceded far less goals than every other team. Good. They might not have a very good or a massive goal difference, you know, like that of City. But and they might not have scored so many goals. But I can tell you, they are the meanest defense in the entire Premier League. All right. So, notwithstanding that they were beaten by Liverpool twice and now by City once, the fact is they have drawn too many games, and so that's where they have lost grounds from top three, and now they are in what, sixth position? Yes, I think they are in sixth position now, which looks a bit they will be out of top four. But guess what? Based on how it is though, they have a game in hand, or two games in hand from the top four, a game in hand of Liverpool who sits in fifth. So they can make some strides. They are still not out of the race. And I still believe that they will get across to the top four. That's my own belief. I don't want to say much yet on that based on what we'll be discussing later. But you know how it is. You know how it is, people. Again, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show some love to the show, man. Remember, people, that's all I'm asking for now. I don't reach the stage yet. While I will be asking you to help with the whole financing of this whole program, show, which is interesting, which is important. You know, right now, people, if you notice, I come here every show nights, and I talk a lot. Sometimes my lips and my throat went dry. So nothing is wrong if you help me to moist the lips or to moist the throat with some juice or, a little spirit here and there to keep the vibes flowing. But guess what? That's the future. That is the future. I don't reach a stage where I can monetize yet. But you know how it go, people. I must say this to you though. I have the ambition of improving and our own system. I will be purchasing a camera very soon, and hopefully I can get some assistance where that is concerned. But for now, we'll talk, and that is it. So all I'm asking you for now is just your subscription, and hit the like button as you go. Hit the like button, man. Serve up the likes. Serve up the likes, as what RR would say. Sanitize and hit the like button. Mr. Thomas is still not back with us yet, but I'm sure that he will be. He's a man of his word, and he's very committed to come to the Saudichress show. I know he's driving, so that may pose a little problem. However, we will continue to deliver the message, not the message from the Bible nor from the church, but the message from the EPL. So again, the review. So Man City won by 2 goals to nil versus Newcastle, and putting some pressure on Arsenal, you know. But the Gunners have been very tough and relentless in that. Another interesting game, another beautiful game coming from Brighton hosting West Ham. Brighton hit a 4-star special past West Ham. You know, um, this Brighton team, this Brighton team has been prolific throughout the season. Yes, I mean, we all see Brighton has always been a lower half, um, a lower half of the table. They always sit in the lower half of the table, around about 12 or so on. But guess what? This year they have been shown that, hey, we will not just sit here at 12 or 13, We're putting up a fight. And because they are doing just that, it's very, very good. Brighton, looking very good. They put 4 past struggling West Ham. And this now put David Moyes in a very peculiar position. I don't know how we will make this one out. But West Ham has been going south. Brighton has been going north. Brighton is in a good position now to top four too. I think Brighton has 2 games in hand and are actually sitting in eighth. A matter of fact, they have 3 games in hand over Tottenham. Tottenham has 26, yes, they have 23, and they are 38 points. So you can do the maths. So right now, I think Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Tottenham are the challengers for the top four. So it's one, two, three, four, 5 teams. 5 teams vying for top four position. And these 5 teams, they have a very good chance of making it to the top four. All right. So you just understand what we are saying. Is it that Mr. No, still not in yet? All right. So we continue. So, as I said, Brighton actually hit 4 pass West Ham and so on. The other game we see where Aston Villa were 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. That game was a bit cheeky game. Crystal Palace, I mean, has not been really good this year. Aston Villa is cold water, hot and cold water. And that goal, that 1-0 was a own goal that was scored by the defender for Crystal Palace. And scoring our own goal before half an hour, it's always a challenge, people. Always a challenge. And to make matters worse, the Corey, the midfielder, I believe, from Crystal Palace was given the marching order for a rash tackle. It was the second yellow card. Yes. And of course, he was given his marching order by the referee Craig Parson. Yes, so Crystal Palace still sitting in mid-table. One of the things though, people I don't understand. Um, I'm not seeing Leon Bailey getting a lot of starts or getting much starts at Crystal Palace. I don't know. I'm not sure of the situation at all, but I'm not seeing him getting any starts really. He has made a few substitution, and whenever he's on the field, trust me, he looks very bright. I'm not sure right now if he was injured. I'm not sure because he was on the match card. He was in the squad for that game, but he did not show up. Did he? I can't remember if he did, but he is not getting a lot of games, and I can recall hearing his agent and manager Craig Butler said that the reason why Leon Bailey was not playing earlier in the season is because the coach never liked Leon Bailey. The previous coach, I think that previous coach he alluded to was Steven Gerrard. He even make mention to say, you see it as soon as the other coach came in, which is this present coach, Leon Bailey started to get game. But I'm not seeing him. When I do see Leon Bailey, and you can correct me if I'm right, if I'm wrong rather, when I do see him, he's most time as a substitute. So I don't know if he doesn't fit the coach style of play, or he can't give more than a 25 minute. Maybe he's unfit. Just maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating, but this gives me no reason to do a little research there. So Aston Villa, yes, they got the better of Crystal Palace through a own goal from the Crystal Palace defender. What's his name again? Right. So that is Anderson Jackie. Yeah, we're number 27. So that was it for Palace and Aston Villa. The next game, people, the one that I believe was maybe the game of the weekend. When I watched this game on Saturday, I believe there will be no other game to look at. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. There's something that I want to make mention of with this game because Bournemouth went 2-0 up. 2-0 up. First half, they scored in the first minute. A matter of fact, it was a cheeky play. A very, very unique. You see, in these days, what I have noticed, especially in the Premier League, the EPL that is, most teams, when they take their kickoff, whether for the start of the game, after a goal, half time, they normally play this ball back to their defense, and then a long ball is being booted to the left or to the right. This time around, what I have seen Bournemouth did, and I think that was what catch Arsenal off. Yes, that was what ca- caught Arsenal. They played the ball forward, and not just forward. When I look at the goal, people, they were kicking, say, left to right. On the left side, Bournemouth have about four players on the half line to the left, and only one to the right side. So I believe Arsenal, myself, would have thought that that is the left side that they would have gone to with the kick. But instead, they have gone to the right. And that caught Arsenal out. Not expecting. Not expecting. Yes, Damien. Big up yourself. David. Yes, yes, yes. From Jamaica. Big up yourself with the flag, my boss. All right. Yes, so back to that play. It was really cheeky. That caught Arsenal off. And again, people, please hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come in. Don't wait, man. Sometimes you're getting too comfortable. All right. All right. So, why? Well, it's a big man. Arsenal need no, not Arsenal. LFC want the third spot. All right, RR, big LFC fan. All right, so again, I'm trying my very best to get back Mr. Thomas. He's not here, so um, hopefully he'll join us soon or sooner than later. All right, so yes, as I was saying, that game with Arsenal and Bournemouth, man, Arsenal got tricked, and that's how they score that very first goal in the first minute. The second fastest goal in EPL history. That was scored in the first minute. Shane Long of at the time scored one somewhere about in the 40th second, if my memory serves me right, for Southampton then. That was the fastest goal. So Philip Billing is his name from Bournemouth who scored for Arsenal in the first minute. So again, that was cheeky. That caught Arsenal. And you see, people, one of the things that whenever I discuss football, and I don't do that much, but whenever I do the discussion, I look at the rationale, and I tend to look really at how the game actually went, how it evolved. Yes? How we really see the difference in the game. And I must say to you, I'm not bantering anybody, I'm not beating on anyone, and I'm not trying to disagree with anyone. But one thing with me, you see, as a fan, I'm very realistic. And I don't talk because my team win or my team this. No, man. I speak it like how I see it. And I'm saying this to say, you can't be discussing football for argument's sake, and you will take certain aspect of a discussion or debate where it suits you, like certain conditions. In the game, you pick out a particular condition in a game, and you say it is because of this when it suits you, but on the other side, you don't see it the other way. No, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get into the game. Get really into the game. What I'm talking about, people. Arsenal went down 2-0 after 57 minutes. Yes? And listen me now, I believe Arsenal deserve this win. Deservedly. Arsenal played very good football. They have Bournemouth on their back foot for the entire game, as much as how Bournemouth threatened. But even when Arsenal were 2-0 down, they could have been about 3 or 4-0 down, before the 68th minute of play. A matter of fact, there were chances after chances. But what I see and how I look at football, listen me good. Chances they play a role in terms of entertainment. But chances doesn't win games. Yes? So when I talk about the chances, I'm just saying it based on what I saw in the game. Not to say they should have up 3-0 or 4-0. No, I said they could have. And even if they go 4-0 up, maybe they would have won that game. Just maybe. But who knows? Based on how Arsenal was knocking on the door, knocking, I never see Bournemouth stopping Arsenal from scoring. And as the game get older, Bournemouth legs get weary. They were tired. They were tired of defending. Yes? So I'm not counting the chances, people. But I'm going to show you how some people discuss football. Now, 62nd minute, 62nd minute, Arsenal got back one. And then in the 70th minute, they got back another one. Thomas Partey scored in the 60th. It was from a set play too. Yes. Ben White scored in the 78th minute. A very good goal. Very good goal. Reece Nelson, the youngster, was substituted. He came on. And if my memory serves me right, he came on for, what's his name again? That youngster that was injured for Arsenal. And you know what? I never liked the situation. So Arteta, the coach, substitute the substitute. That's what happened. That's how Reece Nelson came in the game. Yes. All right. This is Alicia Butley. Add Lascelles to see how. Oh, Lisa, what a god. To see how he is doing after yesterday. Lisa, you know, say Lascelles a hide from his show. Me ask him to come on in, Lisa. See if you can nudge him there for me, no man. Me send out the link. I'm going to resend it, you know. Let me see if I can resend the link because he might hide. As customary, I guess most of the fans of that side would hide tonight. Not sure. I wanted to call out, you know, one of the most um, patriotic fan in, I believe, in Piba. Patriotic for his EPL side, the man they call Blacks. Yes, Mr. Williams. If you are on the show, Blacks, please take it and joining. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you for coming. Leave a like and share as well, Lisa. Very good. Yeah, man, I give Lascelles the invitation long time, but him not joining. I'm back. All right, so back to the whole argument now. So in the 90th plus 7th minute, one of very debatable people will say that, you know, Bournemouth was robbed. And you can look at it two ways, you know, people. The Arsenal fans wouldn't care much and they will stick out to say nothing is wrong with it. But you know when something goes wrong? When it goes against you. If Bournemouth, if that referee had played another minute and somehow Bournemouth score and go 3-3, then I am sure the Arsenal fans would have hit out at the referee. But the rule is the rule, you know, people. The rule of the extra time or the added on time. Okay, all right. So you'll be on soon. Thank you very much. I want him to come, man. The rule of the added on time, based on what was explained to us some time ago, because you remember back in the Fergie days with Manu, you know, when Fergie ready, you know, Fergie dictate to the lines or the referees, say, look, time, especially if them play 5 minutes, once it reach 4.5 minutes, he start to put that out. And dare not the referees go past that 5 minutes. But if they were down, that 5 minutes turn into 7 and 8. That's history. But we got good explanation of how the added on time. The rule states that added on time should not less than. So you get 3 minutes added on, meaning you should not play less than 3 minutes added on time. That's what it means. All right. So I am not too troubled by that 97th minute. Not at all. Even though it said 96, I am not troubled because I have seen games gone 100 minutes in this EPL here. I have seen it. But that's the nature of football. So very good Arsenal, very, very, very good win. That was a fight. At one stage you believe like it was a practice match. Yes. But as one person said to me yesterday, if I believe that if that match was played at Bournemouth, if they believe that that ref would have carried up to 97th. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm saying that to say though, I'm saying that to say Arsenal deservedly got the 3 points. Throughout the games, I think about three penalty shots from Arsenal. Yes, about three penalty shots I have seen. And those were relatively good shots. I think at least one they should have gotten. When I look at how it transpired and I look at the rules of the game, they should have gotten at least one penalty, Arsenal. Not to say maybe they wouldn't score. Not sure. But football, we can, you see, after the fact, we can talk a lot, we can speak a whole lot after the fact. And you'll never know what will transpire, you know, after certain situation. But, the fact is, the game went on for 97 minutes. Arsenal won, deservingly. And, it was a very, very good game. Very good game, people. Not hiding any. All right? But I'm going to use this little part now to show up some Arsenal fans, some discussions that I heard some Arsenal fans say. Not just Arsenal fans, but Man U, every fan. A matter of fact, every time I listen to people discussing football, people keep saying chances if the team did take them chance. Listen, big man, all of that is in football, people. This whole chance thing that we are talking about in football, you can't. I have never seen a match played, whether I am playing or watching, and there's no chance created, there's no chance missed. So that is a part of the game. Good. Now a player got a chance and the keeper save it. Good God, wanna kill him for? Me understand, But here what me I say, man. Just look into what me I say, people, and see if me make sense. I mean, if me don't make no sense, you can type it and tell me. Or even call. Because the numbers, as you know, they call for call on WhatsApp. 876-501-6625. Again, let me big up Piba. Piba is our sponsor for tonight's show. Yes, so I am saying Bournemouth missed chances. So tell me now, Arsenal fans, and since I'm on the Arsenal game, that's why I'm saying Arsenal fans. What if Bournemouth did go 3-0 up? You think the game would have ended the same way? Do you think so? I hear a very good friend of mine discussing the football, and they were talking about that Liverpool Man U game and how much they said that Man U got the best chances in the first half. And the argument was if Man U had scored, it would have been a different game. Now I'm putting back to you, and I'm not, yes, it is my one good coaching friend, Lenky Rai, Nigel Stewart. I heard you in the discussion, but I'm just saying, you're not the only one who said that. Many of us tend to look at football that way. And you are saying that if Man U did score their chance, or one of those chances, it would have been a different game. I'm asking you the question now, I hope you're on the show, which I don't believe. If Bournemouth had taken a 3-0 lead, would this be the same game? Would Arsenal went on to win 4-3? Just a question. So all the fans, I don't want to come and discuss this thing. And that's why I ask if you come, Come talk to Saudichress. Sometimes now no whole like a comfort group, now no one like a zone. And me can mention that, trust me. People, for those of you who don't know, there is a PBA, mean the Past Edwin Allen Ballers Association. Very good Vigrant group, a group that has been taken the world of courtesy, the world of giving back by storm. And so they have been contributing to the football system. You hear me say? Football, let me not even, to the football of Edunali. Because I have some glitches as it relates to Edunali in football right now. Alright? So, this is what I am saying. Alright, so my goodly friend, watch your man coming in, I'm man you cat man. Bongo, Lion Thompson himself.
Yeah, David Mr. Wittig
Welcome to that
on the Saudichress. All Saudichress fans, guests,
I
welcome you all.
I tell you, Bongo, me glad to see you on the show, but one thing me I say, why somebody have to nudge you and look how long me invite you, Virgin?
No, you as me is not a man who really and truly discuss football to certain levels. We
Yes.
talk it from a friendly point of view. So as them would have said, the new talk is the bantering and them thing. I never my style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
always upon the observing team.
Hmm.
Yeah, so but it's a pleasure, as you know.
So, Lion, let me ask you though. Um, we are actually discussing so many things. Yeah, man, they my deep blood. They me they. Hey, let me can't pronounce a word there now. Bless up Bongo. I get Bongo bless up from they me they. So, you know, yes, Lion, on tonight. We are actually now looking and we're going through the games over the weekend, right? So we just look at Arsenal. I'm not gonna go back. You're just joining, so we're gonna start the rest of it. And the next game that was played on Saturday was Wolverhampton. They played Tottenham on Saturday as well. Um, Bongo, can you turn down your set, please? Uh,
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, man, it sound like something right. Good man.
Yeah.
I hear voice one year now because me know say you have been eating a lot of berries and drinking a lot of soup since yesterday. I don't know if you had any porridge today, but you should be able to participate. Yes, Bongo. So Wolves beat Tottenham 1-0. A goal that was scored by the man who I call Muscleman. Adama. That man full
Among
of muscles.
Traore.
Yes, man. I rate him, I wanted Liverpool to sign him, but somehow I don't know what happened. Yes, so 1-0 to Wolves. A very needed 3 points for Wolves. Take closer further away from the regulation um, zone, which is good. But not very good for Tottenham. And that result would have probably helped to spur that performance from Liverpool yesterday to give them a little look into that fourth plate. But Wolves and that, I mean, I think I've seen the highlights of the game where Tottenham has hit the woodwork quite a number of times, but was unable to score. What you make out of that game? The results, even if
Um,
you never watch it, what do you make out of that game?
well, never really watched that game, but Wolves, as you know, is always a big team killer in this Premier League.
True.
Them have some ammunition where them save for some big team. Them always hurt a big team. Brighton, Southampton, them possess some of them same ammunition. And them have the formula. But Tottenham on the other hand is always kind of hot and cold. Them no seem to find them navigation right since I mean even with this coach we feel would have just run across the stream. Him find um him find it difficult with that team. I don't know if it's an internal problem or is with players or such, but they're having some issues in that club or the football
Tottenham.
team, so to say. So therefore, them still have them ups and downs, and them just get it right. I don't know if because that assistant coach get good result from that team, while them official coach was away doing his surgery. Them perform. So probably the coach have a lot to do with it as well. You never know. But I mean, man, not really a little speech of Tenag, you know. I'm here to talk about Manu. Just a laugh, just a laugh.
It's good. It's good to laugh, man. It's good to laugh. Aye. Boy, I have to laugh. I have back hold on, him gone again. Oh Lord. Sorry about that, Mr. Jermaine. Uh hold on a second. My other guest was on earlier. He went off. Alright. I think I saw him jump in and gone. Is he here? Alright. Okay. Mr. Thomas, you back with us? Hello? All right, until we hear, let's we continue. So I'm not hearing you, sir. Mr. Thomas, Jermaine. All right, as soon as you are able to hear us, just let me know. All right, Bongo. So we have another guest on. Is Jermaine Thomas. He's having some issues. He was traveling. He's a football coach. I've coached every level in Jamaica football. So we'd love to hear from him. He'll be back. He's trying. Very, very promising coach. So yes, Lion, as I was saying, I know you don't have to follow, but what I believe going on, or what I've seen from Tottenham over a number of years now, a long time. Tottenham, when it reaches this time of the year, seem to be crumbled. They crumbled a lot at this time of the year. All right, so Jermaine, I think, is back on. Jermaine,
Yeah, man.
respect, respect, man, respect. Boy,
I
I
was trying
tell
to
you.
get on for the longest while.
I figured it seems like you had some connection issue. That's the message I got, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you're back. I have with me a former footballer and friend, Mr. Lascelles Bongo Thompson. He was here keeping faith.
Okay.
One of the fans of the
Mm-hmm.
Saudichress show. So, Lascelles, we have to take a little break and we're going into with Mr. Thomas. You can also participate, Bongo. No problem if you want to ask him question or jump in. A Jamaican to him, no him not live a yard anymore.
Yeah, man, no
Yeah.
problem, man.
Yes, so we were with Mr. Thomas. We said that I was just about to talk to the people of the different levels that he has coached, are presently coaching, and I am saying that Mr. Thomas presently he's coaching McGrath High School at the Costa Cup. He's with Dumbo Holding. I think he's also with Michael. Is there any other team, sir?
I,
Yeah, sir, you're a super
that's it
coach.
for now. That's it for now, sir.
Oh, you manage that, boss? I know that not all the competitions run the same time, but how you manage that? And you have a full-time
Mhm.
job.
Well, it is not one of the easiest thing, but having like been around for a while, you kind of understand how you can set up and what you can move and what you can't move,
Yes.
and when you can move and when you cannot move. Yeah. So everything happens at different times. I mean, Magrat is my baby. If I may put it like that.
Yes.
That project that I've started with the help of some past students, and I really, really take that one very, very personal. So it is tight. It is tight, difficult, but let me see what happens.
Sir, I tell you, we have gone past the issue of Dakasta Cup now. We are actually in the Premier League. Is the intercollegiate going on now, or what? What's
No
still?
man, was no man ended some weeks ago. GC Foster won. All
Oh,
right, the league. Michael won the knockout competition earlier,
yes.
and GC won the league.
Okay, okay, that's good. That sounds good. Michael is my alma mater, so I don't understand how no just go and go try dismantle my team like that, but all right. So,
Yeah,
how do you find it, Mr. Thomas? Which of these teams you find it more challenging to coach? The schoolboys or the senior level?
whoa. Yeah, senior level is much more difficult, man.
It's more difficult. And
Much more difficult. Yeah, man.
is it
Because you're looking at personalities that would have already shaped, you know. You're
okay?
looking at personalities that you as an individual will never ever be able to change. I'd say it comes down to more managing now, how you man manage.
Hmm.
At the schoolboy level, it's a little bit easier because the minds are a little bit impressionable, if you want to put it that way. So it is kind of easy to get through to them, through having conversation, reasoning, changing bad habits, But when you're dealing with persons over 21, 22 with bad habits, it is not easy. Not even bad habits alone, but just not easy to change those persons. Not easy at all. It's just more managing and stuff like that.
Okay. I really suspect that, but when you look at especially the older personnel, as you mentioned, their minds and everything, their focus is already shaped. And especially some of them feel like they have been playing for a long time. It may be a challenge. But in terms of a managerial structure, so to speak, though, um, or to get things done in and around a support staff, which gives you more ease.
At the club level, man, you have more support. You have a bigger backroom staff and players are being paid. So it is not that difficult as it relates to support because you have more resources. I mean, when you're at school, a school like McGrath, you know, we are not one of the richest
But
schools, but
you're not one of
we
the
do
richest, but
try
you're rich.
in land and red dirt. Because you couldn't be talking about resources or finance. You couldn't be talking about that.
People, let,
Because we don't have that.
let me break you into this. You don't follow Mr. Mr. Thomas and that, I don't believe that you have a school with, you know, rich agriculture, a school that is bottling their own water. And they are not
No,
rich.
man, we don't have.
Own coconut water.
No, no, man, we're not rich, none at all. We're not rich, serious.
Okay.
We struggle like serious. We struggle to find. I mean, when we went to the semifinals 2019,
Yes.
we were like, when we reached the semifinals, we were thin. We were stretched to the last limit. We were really, really stretched.
Okay.
You know, so we're not rich, man. Trust me.
So Mr.
For
Thomas.
me, it is.
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Hearing you.
all
No,
right.
man, go ahead, man.
All right. So listen to me now. Maybe it's a lucky thing you are being well paid at the Premier League level and the intercollegiate level where you don't have to be Magrat don't have to be forking out big bucks to pay you. That's your alma mater.
No, I look here. When I went to Magrat in 2017, it was never about about money.
Yes.
I mean, my school is not able to pay me,
Hmm.
and they're not in that state financially. But still, I do serve and I do give back
Yes.
because they would have started the foundation work. They would have created me, if you want to put it that way.
True.
And in receiving from them, education, and we had teachers who stood up for us, who supported us when we were going to school. When I was going there, I remember the many sacrifices that I saw the footballers and the coaches that were there back then, what they went through. And having left, went to college, I was coaching at St. Jago for a while, teaching and coaching there. Then I went to Waterford for another couple of years. And then I figured, let me go back and try and help because I saw the program we had back then, the kind of footballers. You are from the era, so you would have remembered some of the footballers we had and how talented they were. And yet still, we were unable to break the first round of the Dakar Cup. And I figured that with some organization and just a little bit more support, we could have. And we did that 2019. We did that 2019. When I went there 2017, we finished second to last in the group because I went there late. 2018 we finished third. Got 2017 we got about 5 points. 2018 we scored 15 points. And 2019 we topped the group. I went all the way to the semifinals. Now this was history now. The in first time at school, like going to the second round for the very first time and then going all the way to the semifinals. And we lost to the eventual champions, Clarendon College. And listen, no, man, Margaret is just my baby. Let me hope that I will have time. I can find time and resources because the gas is very expensive these days to go over from town.
Sir, I really understand what you're saying. And, I put that to you because I do understand the struggles as it relates, and especially coaching at the high school level. Even if you get an allowance, it means nothing to you as an individual because that same little chuppance gone right back into your team with the players. So I do understand that, and I wish for you to stay a little bit longer at Magrat. I like your program, even though you were one of my what would I say now, competitor back down there in Lindsay. Not anymore. I'm not coaching there anymore. So we just look and laugh. But we do understand, and I like the camaraderie of what you bring to Magra. The schoolboy football has ended, and most time we spoke to a coach. What's your take on schoolboy football over the past, let's say, 3 years? Give me your comparison. Or what's the difference right now of football of yesteryear? The level of schoolboy football.
I mean, I think the players back then, like late 90s, that I would have seen, or mid 90s, early 2000, probably to a lesser extent, they were more student of the game. I think they read the game a lot more. I think they made far better decision. But there are a couple of factors I can probably attribute to that. Because back then, remember, growing up in like Lindsay and them areas,
Hmm.
when you as a youngster go to a football field, if you could not play, you would not go on the field. And you would have to watch the more older players playing, and you would learn a lot from a regular scrimmage ball game on a Sunday morning or during the week.
True.
And if you push fast forward back to now, what we have, you have the youngsters alone playing by themselves, and then the older guys playing by themselves, and the breakdown in society as it relates to moral and values would have probably contributed to that and all them stuff. But the kids back then learned the football. from the community. And I think that made a significant difference. So what you find out is that back then the youngsters were able to come into a Charlie Mount or a Dintil, like a Garfield Reed or a Gary or Whitmore or Whitehead or Ramsey, any one of those guys
Hmm.
could really leave high school and go and represent in a probably a national league team. I remember Belly went from high school, Conrail, Junker. Players like those went and played national league from high school
Truth.
because they played more organized football in their communities. What we have in the communities now, that we call scrimmage, is not really organized football. It's a man, everybody doing what them feel like and how them feel like. As a youngster going to a football field in a community back then, you go there, hold on to the ball and see if you come off of the field. Or go there and tell a man about him mother, he never get back a game. Or use an indecent language. So values and morals would have shifted somewhat.
That
So I think these youngsters these days, you have to be teaching them too much things, Virgin. It's like you're literally breaking down, starting from scratch. Back then it wasn't so difficult. Trust me. The players back then were a little bit more technically gifted too. They were better technically. And I think they were tougher players as well. You know, I mean, we never had like lattice camming and other stuff to distract us. These youngsters have several other things. For us, it was to the river, cane piece, orange walk, and ball ground.
but look here, boss.
These youngsters they're not even playing hopscotch. So you find out that the coordination levels and the balance and different levels of coordinations are not even there. They're not even as strong as we were. And if they're not going to the gym now, they're going to be in trouble. But for us, it was running to the shop. It was climbing a tree. It was outside playing, and not video game, but outside playing. Whether you're playing some marble, whether you're playing sightings with your sister, whether you're playing something around the yard or something. Those things developed us differently. We benefited from those. We have boys now who are just sitting at home and doing nothing. And I think that is just a big difference in a nutshell between yesteryears and today.
Okay, you're right to some extent. I will concur with you. But one other thing, though, the fact that these guys have an opportunity to watch so much football, world football, to see players that they can learn from. Why is they should be better than me in my days?
You could have watched football till Argentina win the next World Cup,
That's all I.
or Liverpool win the next trophy,
Well,
whenever
be,
that
care,
is. Look here.
be careful how you talk certain names on this place.
Look here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, not you see football, playing football, you see,
Yes.
is the medicine for playing football. And learning on the pitch, football is about repetition. Look how many players we have today they saying that Christie or Messi or Neymar or any other big defender in the world, a big holy midfielder, a my baller. But yet still you watch them play Premier League or Dakar Cup or Manning Cup, and they are not even trying to do the basics. So it's about application, it's about repetition, going outside there. No, when you were small and you would have gone to the ball ground, you just go there and hold on to the ball, man, and try to shift something and see if you go back on the field. The man them running off of the field, Virgin.
And they don't necessarily have to run you off, You probably have to take for yourself after a few tackles.
All right then. So you, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes, man.
Yes, yes.
Right. So, Bongo, what you think about that comment that Thomas made a while ago in terms of footballers now to yesteryear?
Spot on, I share some of the same views. Cause today footballers, I think the gadget them take over most of them everyday living. You can see it in the education level. Spend more time on them video game and internet, so to say. We back in the days, we and like us and beyond, trust me, we live and we eat and sleep football. We play no weather could have stopped we from playing football.
Okay.
Saturday morning, Sunday morning, night, we play with and without light at night. And and now they're still getting more opportunity, more pay than back in the days. But I think the dedication was there, and as Jermaine said, we grow up playing football with the elders, senior players, and we learn. And if you can remember 86 coming back 90, those World Cup, every young footballer in high school or developing football have a World Cup player name, or we call him such name we him love.
Yes.
And him always try to inherit or wanna be that kind of footballer. And that help you to develop them time there. Because you gonna inherit something from that footballer where you admire and you try to bring it out on the field. So that help you to develop then. But now it's just flair and fashion and maybe a rugby we have to change the name because them not really them change the standard of football now, them nowadays youth. So that me consider as a different.
Well, that's true. There's a real major difference in that. And saying that to say though, I never get a role player name at all. Me just never have that. No. Mr. Thomas, you had oh Lord have mercy, Tamogan again. I wanted to ask Tamo if him
Popping
get any
on
role
your
player name, but as me say, he never wanted to talk about which sport he participated in high school. Maybe he's one of those coaches who have never played the game. Football.
Yeah, yeah. Track and field, man.
Yes, you think so? All
Yeah.
right. So until you get back, Bongo, let me go right back. We continue to bob and weave as we said that. So, I was saying to you that at this stage in the competition every year, oh, Mr. Thomas is back, Tottenham seems to fell out of grace. All right, since we have him back, let's have him. Mr. Thomas.
Oh,
In and out, I understand, man. Yes, Bongo. So, what we really are trying to put on, Tottenham always fall out of grace, man. I've seen Tottenham in second place, right up, and even don't even make top four.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're so right on that. And it's like they behave like some of the newcomer teams. If you notice, for the first part of the season, the team them were jump into the Premier League from the Championship League. Them always show class until further down at the end of the season, them start find them players. So Tottenham fall in that group. So Tottenham not proving themselves as a top four team. Coming to nitty gritty of the season, them start go Europe or down below, struggling to make that top six. So I mean, they're limited. I'm limited, so to say. So there's I think them just need some little fine tune because them have good players and some team is just like that. Them just can't find the one step to jump across the river. You know.
Okay, you're
So
right. You're right. You're so right, man. Blessings, Mr. Dallas Harris says to bless up Sadi and the crew, the man they call Ninja. You know him, Bongo?
oh, yeah man, mentor man, the real skipper, colleague, friend, everything.
All right, Ninja, big
Yeah
up
man.
yourself, big up yourself. So, Lion, so we gone past now the Hulls game, and we now need to look at the next game that was scheduled for the weekend. More so, the Saturday. The next game we see that Chelsea has a 1-0 lead, or take a 1-0 lead in the 53rd minute over struggling Leeds. Somehow, I'm hoping that we can find a Chelsea fan and sit tonight to come and give us some blessings. What has gone wrong with Chelsea Football Club this season? What do you think? Well,
Uh,
listen, don't come to me about you don't want me to ask you about no other club in a sir.
Now, I mean,
Okay.
I'm answering an honest question. All right.
Yeah.
So, my opinion with Chelsea, Chelsea is as any other team in the Premier League. If you notice, even though reigning Man City, Liverpool reigning, Arsenal reigning, we all go through that phase. Every Premier League, every top team was once a champion, they go through that phase. It's like partially rebuilding, not necessarily rebuilding the team, but management. It all begin from there. And Chelsea seem, remember, if the head of the house unorganized, it have a show in the team. No matter the amount of good players you have, it have an effect.
That's a
If Mr. Principal, who is
that's
the
a
host, is
that's a serious comment you made there, man.
yeah, if you're not doing the right thing or you're having issues there, it gonna show internally, it gonna come externally. And that's some of the thing with I think with Chelsea. If you notice over the short span, they've been swapping coaches, and it's just like Man U before. We swapping just to keep a spot and not to solve the main problems we have.
True.
And they jump. If at once they could just get a perfectionist or a real top coach to develop it before it get ugly. But we try to pitch patch, and this of them go wrong as Man U before Arsenal reach on top and all of that. Them everybody pick around, so that pose a problem. But now, I mean, they kind of start realizing where they are, and they start making some progress. Hopefully,
That's Manu. Or Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Oh. So all right, Bongo. So that's so much for Chelsea. So now Chelsea won that game 1-0, and I've heard, especially in our big group there from the PIBA group. PIBA, big up on yourself, I don't know our company show up on Monday night time, but I have something for you. You said PIBA. You are the main sponsor for tonight's show, and well, at least the chairman there are going hold forth. Not to say you're not a PIBA member, no Bongo, but you know what I mean. Well, the chairman said youths of today have it too easy. Never play this beautiful game barefooted.
Yeah, true.
You are so right, my boss. You're dead right. Good, good, good. So Lion, so Chelsea won the game, and I've heard the battering, where they said that Chelsea have scored, is it 7 goals since the World Cup has finished?
Careful on that number.
All right, so let me see if I can
Mm.
find the symbol.
The big number, eh?
Listen, man, so you see, like, hold on first. I don't want to get into this right now. But yes, they have scored and they have spent over how many hundreds of millions of dollars on players. Actually, what I have heard, I have not read it, I have not researched it, but I listen a lot, that they have already gone 19 new players since January. And my question, not to you necessarily, but the question that would ask, and I'd love to know, is that 19 new players, how will the coach fit in those 19 new players? Is that 19 new players are to come in sometime in this season, or approximately 10, 12, 11, whatever number is for next season. I don't know. But that is what I would like to know. And I've not seen the implementation of these players creating or making any positive effect, so to speak. There's one player that they brought in, and that player is Joe Felix on loan. He's a very good player. I like him a lot as a footballer. And I've seen him, you know, doing his thing, looking good, but the complement of Chelsea is not there. There's no unity between the team. As my goodly friend, my brother and skipper of Piba would say, they are rebuilding. They are rebuilding. It must be a rebuilding thing, and so there's no way you couldn't be rebuilding and buying so many players. But I hope that they will find the notch. I like to see teams with, what you call the mental toughness to play this football. Because at the end of the day, Bongo, you will have some teams, like for example Newcastle now. I've said it before that I would love to see Newcastle in the top four. Why? I was looking at where they were coming from last year, and it looks similar to 2015 when who they are again. Your other Blues they win the Premier League. Was it 2015? Leicester.
Leicester. Leicester.
Right. Do you remember the year before Leicester was fighting relegation and then turn up to win? Newcastle were fighting relegation last year, and until the new owners took over and decided to splash the cash, got a very interesting coach. Many of us wouldn't believe. I never thought that Eddie Howe would have been the man to turn the club in such a competitive club in such a short time. But they have done well. So bear in mind, I still would love to see them there just because of what they are doing, and they are looking very good unit. You know.
Yeah, them impressive. They're impressive for real, and them really deserve a spot. But I mean, we still see them a little below the top four, but finishing even the top six is really a blessing for them.
Yeah, man. As long as right now, I'll settle for them just to finish in any one of the European spots
Yeah,
because I don't think they have the capacity to really challenge or to mount good challenges in the Champions League.
exactly.
You understand? I really don't think so. So, R. So who lose the fourth spot, sir? Bongo, you marks that,
Like I said, who lose it? The fourth spot? Well, it's a sticky. To be honest, that question is a good question, and it have a tricky answer as well. Because the way this league going right now, I feel like, I mean, maybe not everyone gonna be agreeing with me, but the top team start looking the jaded, tired. Man City not looking Man City. Man City is not a killer team as before. And since later, them not looking the IPS energetic Man City. Arsenal, they playing attractive, very attractive football. But me see a little dying battery in them too. Man U, me think, I mean, them start lose energy as well. So it can be a dicey situation right there. Liverpool re-energizing and start make a stride. And I see from the outside, if Chelsea start making the right approach, them still have the players, to jump. So it can 1 3 point is so valid right now. We take you even 3 places right now. So coming the next 3 game, it can be a decider for the top four.
Okay. Now, as you said, Chelsea, Chelsea is presently on 34 points. That shows that 11 points off the top four right now.
Yeah, but
So it's
at
a
the same time, we,
possibility.
we got quite a few games to go
Yeah, man.
still.
It's a
So
possibility.
it's a possibility. And while while you sleeping and them tiling through the night, that can be very effective. So you have to be careful.
No, look at this one now. RR says that he asks you who is giving up, and you give you never give a definite thing, but you explain quite well what you believe or what you think may happen.
All
But
right. So
hold on, hold on.
yeah.
Let me read RR thing because
Mm.
I'm a monitor for class. Remember that, RR said Liverpool FC need third or fourth.
Yeah.
What you say about that? Especially.
Maybe possibility fourth, but my reading to the end is Man City, Arsenal, Man U, and we have a little space for the fourth.
So you said, Manu definitely third.
Man U third.
Nobody can pass Manu.
They can, but that's the ambition we have at the moment. Me
Okay.
see really, as from me, that's the possibility. Me see. I mean, any of them team right now still can win the league.
You think so?
Any of them can win a game. It's not 2 game or 3 game leave. It's just some 3.5 points and so. And we have how many games we have leave in
Man,
the tournament.
listen me, man. Listen to me, boss.
So
Listen to me. Manu presently on 49 points.
right,
Good.
yeah,
The leaders Arsenal is on 63.
mm-hmm.
Even though Manu have a game in hand. So if you give Manu that 3 points, they will take them to 52. 11 points off. Let me tell
How,
you
ma-
this, boss.
how many games leave?
How many games leave?
Yeah,
13.
13.
A matter of fact, 13 for Manu,
Yeah,
12
I mean 12,
for
13 for
12
most
for.
of the team there.
Hmm.
That's what. That's 36 points.
Yes.
Trust me. It just take 2, 3 losses consistent for any one of them top two team there. If we end up at six,
But
believe it or not.
yeah, but on the other side, if they lost three straight, the other team has to win four straight.
Yeah, I mean, yes, so to say, but there are win and losses in every game, sorry.
So you
And
see,
I mean, look, not
mhm,
not to cut you, but look what happened to the you have some big team killer in this league, and not to say, City can be beaten, Arsenal can be beaten, cause Arsenal, even though them impressive, them living by thread the last couple games,
a lot of the games,
And how
actually
many
true.
time you think you are go at the water, edge of the water, feel you are gonna step in it?
No man,
At
listen.
some point. And sometimes this Premier League is the best thing there. Which I'm saying that sometimes you find yourself losing one game and before you know it you lose 2 or 3 games before you find back yourself. So it's never over until it's over in this Premier League.
I really believe, and I would love to see the Premier League going down to the wire. I wanted to see a 3 hours race.
Exactly.
I am sure that right now I don't think it's a 3 hours race, and I'm not even sure if I can say it's really going down to the wire anymore. It will be maybe, as I predicted, that Arsenal would have won the Premier League, with second place 3 points behind them. That's what I predicted earlier, and still looking at it that way. But if you should call the shot, though, what I am saying, Bongo, it's easy to say if a team lost three consecutive games or three, straight games, it put them in a very bad spot. But it is also difficult at this stage, and I'm gonna say this now, without any apology, it is difficult at this stage for any team right now to win four consecutive games. It can happen, it is highly possible. But right now, it is difficult. You know what happened? The Premier League, when it reaches 5 games every year, you can see the full shape of the Premier League. The Premier League now shaped in such a way where the teams that were expected to be at a certain place, especially in the top 6, is looking that way. Now, saying that to say, and when you look at City, City is playing very good still, you know. You know why City looks so bad? City has been a bit careless, yes. But guess what? Because of how Arsenal is doing at number 1, we are not seeing so much of City anymore, you know, based on the storm that Arteta put out there, you know. But they're not doing badly. Put it this way. Right now, how many games City has lost throughout the competition? 4 and draw 4.
No,
Last
they're not doing badly, but I'm
no.
saying them not looking that impressive, or the style of play is a bit different, you know. Not taking anything, from the Gunners,
Mhm.
I want our rivalry and all, but them very attractive. Them playing good football, and them me see a little championship thing inside Arsenal right now,
Mhm.
from outside of from a Man U point of view. You have to give it to them when you see it. Them play. When you see Arsenal game, is a game you'd love to watch. Even
Yes.
though we'll still love to see them lose, but you
Mhm.
still want to watch because you see quality football. City was that kind of team where it's like them a Barcelona back in the days where you see you're looking for everything in a football game where you can possess a good tackle, a good either tactical, whichever way. Liverpool the same, but um as of lately I see them still have the winning mentality, but I don't see the zest and the killer instinct in City as me see it in Arsenal right now. So me still see them kind of fall off the track a bit, even though it's not necessarily pretty football win a game. It's just you're just a winning formula and you win the game. So I mean, as we're talking, it might sound contradicting, but I'm just saying them football no look as attractive as before, but them still have what it take to win the league.
Yeah, man. And I fully agree, you know. But I say this to say though, Bongo, one of the major difference from City is that the pressure that Arsenal put on City this year, yes, similar to what Liverpool would have placed on them. But the difference is the consistency of Arsenal, which many of us didn't see coming. Many teams never see it coming. You get what I'm saying? And also, the major difference in this year's EPL is that almost every other team who were outside of that top 4 last year has improved
Definitely.
and improved by far. Let's go further than top 4. Look at the teams that come up through promotion. Look at Brentford. Look at Fulham. They're in the top 10. They're in the top 10. So for you to have those teams coming up, you know, last year and this year, and still maintaining, that level of competitiveness that can hit and goes say that to say to boss, any team in this Premier League and there they can beat anybody. Remember,
Premier League.
yes, man. Southampton is at the bottom of the table,
Yeah.
and remember I tell you that you better be careful when you're playing them.
I tell you, it's a big team killer, Me call the name them. Southampton and Wolves
Big team,
is
man.
a big team killer.
Big.
So Brighton is a scary team.
Listen, my man, I am impressed with Brighton. You know one of the things why I'm impressed with Brighton? What is happening at Brighton? The fact that Graham Potter did so well with them and moved along or move away, and that never dipped. The performance never dipped any at all. A matter of fact, the coach that came in seems to be doing a very good job as well and maintaining it and even bringing it to another level. The Brighton team looks good. Hey, you have a little Japanese youth there, see me. Bad like yards.
Them have a
Right?
them is a team. Is a team. The players are unit.
Yes, man.
It's not no star-studded side. You have some little name, but is a unit we really pull together. As you say that, it goes back to that Leicester team will win the trophy. It wasn't no big name hype team, but that team
Mm,
was enough to win championship. And even the same Newcastle, my brand them has the same kind of team, a
yes.
similar team, which you have some Sir Maximum, some name brand in the team, but it's a unit. Them team that play team football. It's not no flare one or two man where you depend on. Where that'll bring down some of the big team, including us. So I mean, when you have a team where you can pull a string, where you pull as a unit, it's hard to really come around them.
And Lion, as me say, me call you all sort of name, but people will understand. You see, one of the thing to you see Bongo with that Brighton team is not just the coach they lost, you know. They lost this youth to Arsenal, Trossard, you know.
Yeah, Trossard, the
You
one
understand?
that injured the other day.
Yes, man.
Trossard, yeah.
Let me take a few of the chats that we miss, because R is very dangerous, you know. He's saying that Spurs still can be upsetter. Yes, Spurs are that. Spurs just we take 2 points off of you and mash up your thing. No doubt about that. He's also saying, RR, the easy at all. You're RR, Sebas. Sorry. If City drop off, listen, if City drop off the champions, right? Drop out of the Champions League. They come in hard, face blue smiling. So when you're talking about RR, if they drop out next week, I don't see City dropping out of the Champions League before semi-finals.
No.
Yes. Again, City game in hand to play Arsenal. But if Liverpool FC need that 3 points for fourth and Arsenal need three to lead, LFC will run them over. Food for thoughts. What do you think? That's what he's saying. If both teams need the 3 points, 3 points to Liverpool to make top four, 3 points for Arsenal win. Or to take the lead. I saying that City will run them over. And to be honest with you, RR and Lion and also my viewers, I have already crowned um, Arsenal the champions. But when I did that, I even said, remember, knowing City is a team that can put a 10 game winning streak and hit anybody. We know that. So me have that in my mind. But based on how me see the thing, me did already say Arsenal will win this league. But I still say them will win by 3 points. But if we lose, me not feel no way. Because if City take them over, me know. Dallas says City going to win the league.
um, that was my guess from midway the season. Mrs. City still has the force. I mean, me I go compare it back with local football or may even base it on.
Mm,
You have some team, them have this killer instinct. Them know if to win final, them know how to get to a final, them
yes.
know if to claim finals. Clarendon College can have the worst ever team thereof. The worst team. And when, hey, from nowhere, them struggle for go to Inter. And from them reach there, end of it. Champion. City may not even playing the best football. Then they have this winning mentality. They know how to cross. So based upon that, I use it to give City the nudge.
Okay, you're right. You're so right, Bongo. But you know what I'm saying, listen to what me I say now. Because you make mention of comparing a Clarendon College to a City. You see, as a champion, they know how to win. And we can tell you, with City, so many champions, back to back and so on in the EPL. They know how to win it. We can tell you, especially at this stage. They are hungry. And as the RR say, if them ever jump out of the Champion League, oh my God, them push out all of them tears by you, which not so nice. You get what me I say?
Yeah, yeah.
My other view though, boss, is that while City going for that are chasing Arsenal, remember City have I don't remember if they play Chelsea twice yet. Yes. And maybe when they buck Chelsea when Chelsea are come good. What we
Both
have?
both two teams have some good teams to play,
Yes man. I'm a
So
all the
so
team.
both of them can afford to win and lose and still find themselves back. So it's a good race to the end.
One of the things is that if Liverpool, if this is Liverpool resurgent, it would be sad for City and Arsenal if it is their resurgent this. Which I don't really believe say them going to continue upon that note like what them left off yesterday. Yeah? But saying that to say, you see when it comes down to this part of the competition, we have seen it over and over again where City and Liverpool just take all the other teams out of the race. You know, they have
Yeah,
a way, they know how to manage that last part of the league.
it just strengthened the point we just make earlier.
Hmm.
Certain team with certain winning mentality
Yes.
just have the right time out to get there. And Liverpool is one of them too. So they may look like not even European. They will play this for next year and out of nowhere, them knocking on the door and going for championship, UEFA, and still have a chance, a outside chance. I mean, so
Massa, may I tell you this, Liverpool on my side, right through, from the start watch football. But me can't see Liverpool going past this round in the Champions League. I don't see them overtake.
nah, it
You know
tough.
what I'm
It's
saying?
tough.
No, it's just it's almost impossible right now. You see, if it was a situation where they were going to Anfield for the second game, and you can say this European night magic will kick in, maybe, just
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah, this
just maybe.
football. Me see it kind of tough for them, But the way on the other hand too, if we are compare,
Mhm.
Real Madrid from that game, it was one of Real Madrid better result, not them better game,
I think you're right, and I think Liverpool was just poor second half.
Yeah, and if you check up on Real Madrid scores them as of that game is not very good.
No, and that is so true. Real Madrid is hot and cold in La Liga. They're not doing well at all in La Liga.
Exactly.
But you see, one of the things, as I said though, Bongo, is that the way football is now, predicting a game or a score is very tight. Most persons predict right now, or a person will predict right now because it's your favorite team,
Yeah, yeah.
not because of what really is happening. That is what I said. So let me just clear the chat and we continue. So again, RR is saying at Dallas, LFC get bad lane to start. So City with experience have edge on the closing. I don't know what bad lane you're talking about, RR. I think the coach never work out him thing right. 3 goals they need, boss. Klopp won't go down without a proper fight. Well, him have to, him not have no choice. Klopp and him team not have any choice because as a European finalist last year, yes, second place in the league last year, 2 domestic trophies. It would be sad for you not to make top 4 this year, knowing that you want to sign some very good ballers for next year. No big baller. I'm telling you, no young, big or good footballer right now would go sign to play Europa League.
But as a Man U fan, they mock Liverpool fans and stuff. They mock we, but them for thank we,
Why?
cause we are motivate them for sure. Them say them have a quality to go beat Real Madrid. Cause we the rain and them we say give them and say yeah you can do it. So that should build a confidence for them
Bongo.
to come.
Hold your horses, Bongo. Hold your horses. Imagine.
Well, say, man, dig up a can of worm.
Hold your horses. Remember, I not just sign LA Lewis.
It's a talk show. It's a talk show. You have to make it fun. I mean,
Remember, you just signed LA Lewis, boss.
no, 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 no. Yeah, we have to make it fun, but
Come on, it's
die hearted, man.
reality.
Die hearted.
Southampton actually, got over Leicester City. Leicester City, I just don't know what is wrong with Leicester City. Last 15 games already.
So, Mr. Wittig, if you check it out, um, Leicester City becomes the Dortmund of Germany and the Arsenal of the yesteryear.
Hmm.
As them build some good players, them get money hungry and sell them,
Right?
which it a kill the structure of them football. Them produce some of the best footballer of since 2015, 16 when them win the tournament. And after that, all of them key players, if them they maintain those players or some of those players, that team would be a force to reckon. All of them engine them sell out. So what you expect? The
Listen,
body or the shell alone can't carry it.
I would have blamed the owners of the club. You sell Amares and Conte the year after you win the championship. You get enough money. And remember, you're in, what you call it now, Champions League too,
Yeah,
You got enough money, could have buy reasonably good players.
strengthen your team.
They didn't. They just spent a little money to replace the position. That's what went wrong. Remember, you're not a big team every year, man, and you get.
Exactly.
You should have made the most of it. I think the club owners were poor, and that's what Leicester is suffering from now. Look at what happened in the new season. Leicester was the only team September, August never signed a player. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, they never signed on. That's why they couldn't compete. Every team, Bridging, strengthened. Leicester didn't sign one player. How did you
It-
expect to compete, boss?
It's all about the money, as we just said earlier. Them see it as a business now, and um, now them all lose all them business. Poor management. That was the Wenger of the Arsenal era, where as him get to real footballers, him distribute them, sell them. So now them start build a team, and the team is showing up. Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, you know,
that's true. Arsenal, good team. All right. Two more games to go, my boss. Two more games to go. Everton or Nottingham Hotspur, Nottingham or Nottingham.
Yeah.
The Forestry.
Mm,
They host Everton. They host Everton in the early game Sunday morning. Where what was it again? I think it was Everton who took the lead in the 10th minute. Yes, from a penalty from Damar Gray. And
yeah, yeah,
talk
right.
about Gray, Gray have Jamaican parenting, right? And he's eligible to play for Jamaica. I'm not sure if the JFF will go for him or if there are any serious talks. I've heard things, but not sure. And a matter of fact, that man Gray, Damar Gray, is very close to me as well.
Yeah.
His foundation and roots are very close to me. All right, and when I found out, I was so much, you know, taking a liking because you have to like and you have to bring along persons who are close to you. You understand what I say? And
So,
this
so,
guy look good. Jamaica need to go for him. I will say this to JFF. I know his grandfather personally, and we are very close. We are families, and we need to reach out if they are not. But maybe they don't like him that much. But let's see.
hey, he's a quality player.
He
And
is.
so he's one of the other player that Leicester gave away there too.
That's it.
So as we said, it just come back to the same thing we talk about where Leicester gamble and lose them in the wrong jackpot all the time.
I think
That
Leicester.
Gray is a if Gray needs to play on a more if him go on one of those top team, trust me, he's a elite.
Yeah, man. Trust me. There are some players my boss. If them end up on a City, a Liverpool, a Arsenal, a Chelsea, or a Man U, trust me, you see the real thing out of them. But you see, when you play with a struggling team,
You alone can't do it, you
you
know.
have to show individual brilliance, but it's too much for you to be consistent
Yeah.
with that. So that was a 2-2 game, and that left Everton in further struggles.
They put them right back down in
They
the
are
wire.
they are at 18th.
I
Oh my
think they
God.
back down in the dropout.
Yeah, man, they are 18th, right? And honestly, I'm not sure who will come out of this group anymore. To be honest with you, that regulation. All right. Now the final game of the weekend, my boss. Final game of the weekend was the very
The
tricky.
thriller
I don't know if it was really a thriller. I think it was really a mauling. Liverpool versus Man United. I know this game
can
is not
can
going
can we
on.
skip that game and go to Monday game?
Yes, we can. All right. Let's go to the Monday game. Let's get to the Monday. Let's go to the Monday game. So the Monday game
Just
this
joking,
afternoon.
man. Just
No, no,
joking.
let's go. I have to work with you, boss.
No, I'm a joking, man. I mean, guess what? As a team, you
Mhm.
have to accept defeat, and probably my point of view is probably is a reality check for the coach. He's a very good coach as me analyze him. But me say today on the chat,
Yes.
him tail probably was too much up, which him have reason to be because I'm result. Not necessarily the best football, but we never worry about that. We are think about the 3 points and the 1 point and we are carry up the table.
Mhm.
So him have reason to be up. But I mean, me think tactically him get some things wrong and technically him was rather wrong and him approach wasn't good. And then trust me, me see as I always said, I talked to one of my colleagues and said, you ever see some liquor? Mungle dog, me just a put it in a our Jamaica term. Don't tease them, man.
That's
And
bad. Everybody you
you,
up.
from all angle, them come and bite you up. And he was the speech where he make, you have to humble sometime with your speech. Even if you have that, just humble with your speech. And I think that was even one of the thing where help to hurt him, hurt we, so to say. Me hardly want to talk about it still in Osadi, because trust me, yesterday
I
me
know you're
tell you,
right.
me and you talk yesterday and I don't watch the full game.
Right.
Me couldn't take it. Me, is a, me couldn't take it, man. May I
Hold
be
on,
honest with you.
hold on there. The last thing that in the chat I more reading about, me not go disrespect my Regina. So, sit, to know how to run the curve. Very good. That is true. Thank you for the motivation. That's what R is saying to you, Bongo. Man U
No,
beat Barca. Barca beat Real Madrid in the Del Cup. That's the first round of the Del Cup, yes. Leicester and Everton going down. Oh my God, two blues. All right, Dallas. He already played for Jamaica. That's he was talking about Gray. All
oh,
right.
great, yeah.
Yes, I don't remember, but that's fine. Thanks for that. But Dallas Harris now said I should skip the final game.
Mm.
Why? No, sir, we can't understand.
um, we as fun, we have to be as realistic as the players them. There's something where you have to deal with. Edwin Allen used to get them 1920 love, and watch it different. You have to accept it as your history. And if it's a good team or a good team spirit or a good coaching, you're supposed to use that as a weapon now and as a building block to strengthen your team. You cannot take nothing for granted.
That's
So that should you must not everyone can do it.
true.
You have to use where demoralize you as a building block to motivate you. And until you can do that, you'll never be a champion.
You see,
So
one of the thing I will say though, the issue of this Manu game, I don't think any of us saw that coming. Good?
not
I
to
think
that extent.
not today. I was confident that Liverpool would have won the game. And I don't remember if it was you when I said that, listen, I would definitely will give Liverpool the edge. And the reason why I would give Liverpool the edge is because of Anfield. That was my thing. The second thing is that it's a derby game. Derby, and when it comes down to these derby games, it's very difficult to beat any team at home. Right? So that those are my two reasons why I was giving Liverpool. I call that game 3-1 to Man United because at, I really believe that Man United would have scored. I thought, the way Liverpool played, carelessness and defense is all over the place. I don't see we stopping Manu from score, but we will win 3-1. That was my prediction. Anyhow, what I have seen in the game, and as I said in Obongo, I listened to some people um, give their own views of the game and their criticism and all of that. I am one football fan that looks at football as it is. Not me not look at football with my personal feelings. And you know why? How I get into that? You see, when I just started coaching, I know that there are some teams that we believe are weak and we should be able to take points off these teams. Those are the time you lost concentration. You lose it, not just as a player, but even as a coach. When you let down your guard,
Exactly.
and if you do that, you're in trouble. So I recognize that when I'm talking football, I must talk what is there, not what I believe should be there or what should have happened. no should have happened thing. You see what going yesterday? Can't make it better today, no boss. Or you can't, what would I say then? You cannot correct the wrong things on a different day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You see the mistakes that were made, that we said that Manu made in that game. Let me tell you something, Bongo. I have watched many games, and I hear people calling out the mistakes and the bad passes that Manu made that cost them goals. Manu had made those mistakes over and over in different games. So it's not necessarily the mistake. Sometimes you have to look at and say how the goal were scored. It's the capitalization of those mistakes. I've seen I've seen Luke Shaw make terrible mistakes in games. Do you understand what I'm saying? But they were able to capitalize on them. I've seen teams scored on Manu first and Manu came back. So you can't say because you lost a ball there or here and there, that's a reason for you to be beaten. The only mistake that I say in this game is for Manu to lose more than 3-1.
Hmm.
Me I tell you. No, Bongo, listen to what me I say. And unfortunately that I am hosting this show as a live